losing the game.
I was just going to
Starting at shooting guard, at 6'6", number 5, J.R. Smith.
Welcome and happy holidays from 2K Sports. It's time for NBA action. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg with Doris Burke reporting from the sideline. The crowd here in anticipation of their home team Cavaliers in an interconference battle here at the Quicken Loans Arena. Last time these two teams came together was also in this building, and they were able to win it for the home fans.
And they were really locked in from beyond the arc in that game. I mean, the results wouldn't have looked anything like it did had it not been for their ability from beyond.
Exactly. They were spraying home threes at a huge rate.
So here's Oklahoma City's starting group. Durant, the 3, and Ibaka, the 4. Roberson is out there with Russell Westbrook, and it's Adams in at the center.
And the thing about LeBron James, he's really done a nice job of reshaping his game over the years. I mean, every veteran goes through losing a little speed and quickness. The great ones compensate by getting stronger and more physically imposing, not to mention also their basketball IQ grows as well, just as has been the case for LeBron.
Roberson, and again, Oklahoma City, no good.
3 misses to start the game, still trying to break the seal on that hoop.
It's LeBron with the drive. Slammed home, and he draws the foul. A chance for another point at the free throw line. Serge Ibaka picks one up there.
I tell you what, you better watch out, fellas. He is on fire here today. And you just look back over the career of LeBron, and you have to say he's an all-time great already. I mean, the numbers are there, the multiple championships, some already calling him the best small forward to ever play the game.
Now, here is Smith. 14 points from him the last game against Golden State. They really want to find that igniter here.
Yeah, that's right. Kevin, the offense has basically been running in place.
They got to get going.
And boy, did they need that one. Their first make in the 5 field goal attempts they've had.
And you just look at LeBron, Clark, in a historical context. Last season, he became the first player since Bill Russell and his Celtics to make it to the NBA Finals 5 consecutive years.
Boy, I tell you what, this says even more about LeBron, that whenever he leaves a team, they miss the playoffs. No matter what team he's on, they're favorites to win their conference.
And there's the whistle, fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
And for Russell Westbrook, a heroic effort last season, but not necessarily an efficient one. He averaged 28 points a game, which led the league, but shot a 5-year low of 43% to get those points. And he led the league in turnover average, but that's also because he's got such a high volume usage now with all the injuries.
They've got themselves in front with some outstanding shooting right off the bat.
It's been a complete technical dominant performance out here. They are in a zone.
Now here's Westbrook. 26 points for him last game against Chicago.
And don't forget his unbelievable steal totals in that game. I mean, almost to the point they didn't want to bring the ball up the floor.
Phenomenal alley-oop slam right there, guys.
They're taking advantage, Clark, of a team that looks lost out there.
Guys, this one is threatening to get really ugly.
Here's Westbrook, one of the most consistent producers in the league. He's averaging around 25.5 points a game. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
And sometimes when you want something done, you got to do it yourself. That dunks the shot in the arm they need to really cut into that lead.
Well, Greg, it certainly got everybody on their bench up and off their seats and cheering.
Yeah, that could be an instant momentum shift. That certainly was a rim wrecker.
Well, Greg, on the topic of Westbrook, no one's questioning his heart and his will. It was unbelievable what he did after Durant went down. But Clark, the truth is, it's hard to make the playoffs playing inefficient basketball.
No, I agree. I mean, there are certain guys who are catalysts and other guys who make things happen. And Iverson, Ginobili, Russell's old teammate, James Harden. Those guys make things happen, and you have to live with some of their inefficiency at times.
You know what? Tried to step in and cut him off, but just didn't get there quick enough.
Yeah, he was one step late that time, Greg.
Smith dishes to Moscow. Some nice passing by Cleveland here. They get it back. On the wing, James. And the shot is long.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
And Westbrook gets it to go.
Excellent vision by Durant out there. What a nice pass.
The Cavaliers leading by 3. Right side, Irving puts it up from 17. The shot misses.
That's not a sight you see very often. I mean, he has a great feel for that jump shot, especially when he's open.
Durant wide open. He fires. That's good, and so Westbrook comes up with the assist.
He presents a defender with a serious challenge, always.
Cavaliers have gone just a shade under 50% from the field. 5 of 11. That's a 2 from Smith. LeBron passes to Mozgov. Takes a shot at the elbow. Good. That's 7 points for LeBron.
Sometimes folks forget about his decent mid-range jumper. He can knock those down all game given a chance.
That ties the game. 7 points for Kevin Durant.
Man, he's having quite the quarter, converting at a really high percentage.
LeBron drives in, and it's blocked by Adams. Durant with it. 29 points for him last game against Chicago.
And also, he competed on the backboards. That also had a lot to do with the game.
And he banks in the layup. Durant's got 9 points.
He has created some terrific opportunities for himself and really made the most of them.
For 3, Smith. And the rebound goes to the Thunder. Outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to Chicago.
Yeah, it's just hard to make up when you have an inability to make free throws consistently, and that's why they ended up losing.
Yes, sir. I think some doubt started to creep in when they kept missing those foul shots. I mean, you could see them start to shy away from wanting to even go to the line.
Both teams have it going here early and still close through the first quarter. Thunder lead by 2. And back with the start of the second quarter in just a moment. And a moment now to hear from Steven Adams as he reflects back on a life growing up as the youngest of 18 children back in New Zealand.
So, like, the youngest over there has to do everything, like all chores, pretty much 18 years of being rookie. That's pretty much all it is, and people just beat you up for no reason.
Hard to imagine growing up in such a huge family, but it sounds like maybe it prepared him for life in the NBA.
Yeah, got him outside of himself and toughened him up a little bit. No question about that. Wow, 18, that's mind-boggling.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
Well, up to this point, a closely contested game as we start the second quarter. And when you consider how the Thunder are doing, guys, what do you think?
It's been about the pace. You can see they're going to try to keep this game in the open floor.
Yeah, and, you know, it's been a tempo that they like, and they're getting some easy buckets in transition here.
So the Thunder 5 right now. Down low, it's the international combo of Ibaka and Adams. Russell Westbrook out there with Roberson. And it's Durant in at the small forward position.
You know, one spot the Cavs did struggle with last year was help off the bench. They were last in the league in bench scoring.
You go back to before last season with Durant. He was set to lead Team USA to the tournament, but had to withdraw from the team.
And, you know, withdrawing, Kevin, might have been the right play to keep him healthy. He still ended up on the shelf a good while last year, but I still think it was the right decision on his part.
And the Thunder making a switch here. Ennis Cantor's checked in for Adams. Collison comes in for Serge Ibaka. Dion Waiters checked in for Roberson. And DJ Augustine subbed in for Russell Westbrook. Irving misses the wing J.
And as competitive as Durant is, you know, it was strange to see him take himself off of Team USA. But let's face it, that Paul George injury played a big role, not only in his decision, but in a lot of guys throughout the league.
And that's another assist for a team that is putting on a clinic on how to share the ball.
And I love the mentality that they've had. If a shot isn't there, they're not forcing it. They're moving it side to side until they finally get the one they want.
And Waiters kicks to Augustine. And again, Oklahoma City with the triple.
And you know, Durant was not the only one affected by that injury to Paul George. To see something like that happen in an exhibition game can make anybody think twice about summer play.
Went for the two-hander on that slam. That's where the weight room comes into play, Kevin.
I think some urgency from him there.
I think he's sensing that this is a critical time in the game, fellas.
The Cavaliers trail by 4. Irving drives in, and Ennis Cantor picks up a foul. That is his first foul of the game.
And you can see he just didn't get squared up with his feet.
Greg, those are always tough to judge, but I think the official got that one right.
Here's Smith. 6 points for him. And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
That's his first personal foul.
Well, safe to say that J.R. Smith has never been short on confidence. Clark his entire career.
Yeah, he's always been a guy who could actually play with confidence and back it up. When he's hot from the floor, he can take over games single-handedly.
Anthony Morrow's checked in for the Thunder.
And for Smith and his confidence, last year even he said he's on pace to be one of the best shooters the game has ever seen. So obviously not lacking in belief in his ability. About the athleticism on that finish.
An emphatic LU jam. Augustine against Irving. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
And not sure if I can agree with J.R. Smith's assessment that he'll be one of the greatest shooters of all time, but he's pretty deep into his career at this point. Maybe he's hoping for a Kyle Korver type of career after 30 years of age.
And it's Irving missing. For the Cleveland Cavaliers, their last game a loss to Golden State.
And I really felt in watching that game that they needed to abandon the three-point shot. It wasn't there. The percentage was horrific, but yet they continue to try and knock them down.
And I really think that's what did them in. I mean, sometimes it's just not there for you on the perimeter, and you can't try to shoot yourself out of a bad shooting night from outside.
And how big was last year's trade for J.R. Smith? I mean, sent from the Knicks to the Cavaliers around midseason, Smith began to post some of the better numbers of his career, helping prove that for a tumultuous personality like Smith's, environment is key.
And Waiters kicks to Augustine. Pass to Morrow. Fires for 3, and he gets it to go. Morrow's got 5 points so far.
What are they thinking leaving him with all that space out there? Do they not know? Have they not heard that this guy is unbelievable? That's a layup for him.
Back to Love. Clock at 6. Irving for 3. Waiters grabs the miss.
He hit a 3 in the first, but so far has been unable to capitalize here in this quarter.
To the left side wing. The 3 from Morrow. It's rebounded by Cleveland.
Boy, that's a surprising miss right there. He usually feasts on those wide open opportunities.
LeBron kicks to Irving. LeBron drives in, and that one is hammered home.
And we've seen him do that before. Batter a defense by just exploding to the basket.
And there's the pass to Waiters. The basket is good. The assist from Augustine. Augustine's got 3 assists in the game. The Cavaliers trail by 3. Irving for 3, and the shot is good. Irving's got 6 points.
Boy, you got to love that assist by LeBron.
clearly a 2-for-1 situation here, guys.
Oh, without question, Greg. I mean, the wise move would be to get themselves a quick shot so they have an opportunity to get that 2-for-1.
The 10-footer. And it's in after a nice bounce off the right side. Waiters got 4 points in the quarter. Irving dishes to Mozgov. Here's Love. Waiters grabs the miss.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
And here's Morrow outside. They get the rebound. Goes back up. And the rejection by Smith. And it's out of bounds to the Thunder as Oklahoma City retains possession. Here's Westbrook. And he hits the... And we're through the first half of basketball here in what's been a good one. It's the Thunder. They lead by 4. And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Kevin, with LeBron and another dominant first half, how do you measure the balance between riding your hot hand and making sure the other guys around you are finding their rhythm?
We just got to be aggressive. All of us, including myself, got to continue to be aggressive in the second half.
LeBron, thank you. Kevin, they can't stand around and just watch him.
Thanks, Doris. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter started.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
I would call that a competitive first half of action. Ernie Johnson here welcoming you back to the 2K Sports Halftime Show with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. A tremendous start for Kevin Durant. He had 11 points, 2 assists, and 3 rebounds. Kenny, let's get your take on Oklahoma City.
Well, they're paying attention to the boards, and that's a good thing. When you're trying to get ahead and stay ahead, it often comes down to a few key possessions. Any extra rebounds you can get is a big difference. I like their intensity out there.
Shaq, how do you think Cleveland played?
One thing I really like is their pace, nice and quick. A lot of their buckets came in transition. When they saw opportunity, they took it. It's so important for a team to be able to dictate the pace of the game, and we saw them do exactly that. They should stick with that because it's working. Keep up that transition game.
And now, folks, it's just about time for the third quarter to begin. We will see you after the final buzzer.
Welcome back, everyone. We're ready to get going again as this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports continues. Players are topped off with Gatorade, hydrated, and ready to get going again as well. What can you say, LeBron James? What an impressive effort today.
And in terms of points in that first half, he's now at a point where we expect him to perform that way.
And, Greg, that tells you all you need to know about what a talent he is. I mean, I'll bet he adds a lot more to his totals after the break.
Our second half of basketball, and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. So on the floor for Cleveland, J.R. Smith and LeBron at the 2 and 3. Down low, it's Love and Mozgov. And it's Irving at the 1 spot. Irving with the steal. Lays it in off the breakaway. Irving's got the first points to start out the third quarter for the Cavs. The Thunder with the lead. Well, it was a season last year of heartbreak and change for the Thunder, narrowly missing the playoffs as the Pelicans beat them out for that 8th position.
Yeah, and they were teetering back and forth on that 8th spot for most of the year. Ultimately, they just couldn't hold on to that final playoff spot.
Cleveland moving the ball around. Here's LeBron. Yes, indeed, it is good. He's now 8 for 14.
Nice move and finish. I think the halftime break really gave him a second win.
Guys, for the Thunder, that playoff miss was the first time they didn't make the postseason since their first year in Oklahoma. Fans have really been spoiled with how successful the Thunder have been of late.
And the Western playoffs it seemed a bit amiss without having the Thunder involved. Westbrook, I tell you what, he did everything he could to try and carry that injured group into the postseason last year, but it just wasn't to be.
Smith wide open, he fires, and unable there to get the go-ahead bucket. Here's Durant, and the rejection by Smith. And it goes out of bounds. That one is off Smith. First minute and a half of basketball here in the third quarter. And Ibaka kicks to Adams. Here's Durant, and he takes the fantastic lead pass up strong for the slam.
You know what? That's what you like to see. A perfect pass leading him right into the shot. Didn't even have to break stride.
Signature bucket for him on that possession. They can get themselves in front quickly with a few more like that.
Thunder have gotten just one of their first 4 shots to fall since coming out of the locker at the break. Here's Roberson, but they'll get another chance. Durant in the corner. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
Durant doing all sorts of things. 15 points, and he's managed to get 4 of his points by way of the free throw line.
And Clark, that might not make the highlight reel, but those are important points nonetheless. You know, it's interesting. It really had been mostly a cordial relationship between Durant and the media up until last season. And then at the All-Star break, I mean, he had some biting remarks.
Oklahoma City has gone 0-2 from deep to start things here in the second half. A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter. Shot clock at 5, and there's the call on James. And the Thunder going with a whole new group out there. Timeout is called. First of the game for the Cavaliers. When you look at the roster of the Thunder from last year, Clark, they knew how to build from within.
Well, last season's roster, everybody but one player was either drafted or acquired via trade. That's a rare combo in the NBA.
Tristan Thompson, he's checked in for Mozgov. Jefferson comes in for Kevin Love. Iman Shumpert's checked in for LeBron. And it's Matthew Dellavedova in for Irving. Morrow, the pass to Augustine. Oklahoma City needs to get off a shot. And it's out of bounds to the Thunder as Oklahoma City retains possession.
And guys, for the Thunder, listen, they're not a big market team. They've had to make sacrifices with money to stay competitive. They do a terrific job with the limitations that small market presents.
Oklahoma City trailing. Third quarter of basketball here and just a little under 3.5 minutes gone by. Now it's Shumpert running. He can go all the way and finished off by Jefferson.
Wow, that's a really smooth finish.
That's why we and they always love seeing him at the end of those breaks. He makes it look fun and easy.
Here's Augustine, and Thompson sends it back. He lobs it up. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. Waiters with the ball. Now guarded by Shumpert to stop the run. Morrow, no good.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take.
Thunder trailing by 3. Shumpert with the steal. Smith drives in. The alley-oop layup. Very well done.
Nice silky finish on the alley-oop.
That sequence, I don't think Clark could have been executed any better.
Stupendous feed.
And that's the beauty of the game right there. I hope we get the opportunity to see a few more of those.
1:15 left in the third quarter of the game. Kicks it to Augustine. Shot clock at 6. Shot is good, and the Cavaliers lead cut down now to just 3 on the basket from Collison. Cleveland's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Here's Shumpert, and he finishes nicely on the layup. Shumpert's got 4 points now in the quarter.
They're forcing the ball inside, and it's working beautifully.
It really is. 5 out of 6 of their last field goals have come from the paint.
It's stolen by Smith. And the Cavaliers pushing it up now. Shumpert, no good.
I mean, that can happen to anyone, but it's ugly every time it does.
Yeah, it is unfortunate, embarrassing. He just lost his concentration for a split second, and that's all it took.
Takes the 3. Another miss by Shumpert. Here's Morrow, guarded by Shumpert. Here's Waiters, and that's not going to go. And that does it for the third quarter. Both teams clicking offensively as we approach the fourth quarter. Cavaliers lead by 5. And we're coming right back after this break to get the fourth quarter underway. And we're set to start the action up here in the fourth quarter. And if it's anything like the first 3, we should be in for a treat. Cleveland leading by 5. Taking a look at the Thunder. The rugged duo of Ibaka and Adams in the middle. Andre Robertson out there with Russell Westbrook. And it's Durant in at the 3. Stolen by Westbrook. And here we go with Westbrook heading to the hoop. Durant for 3. But they'll get another chance. Robertson dishes to Durant. Good for basket number 6 from him in the contest. He's shooting 6 for 12.
What are you going to do defensively? Such separation with the height advantage in that matchup.
Shumpert, no good.
Now that's terrific defense at the rim. Got right in his path.
And you know they'll be conscious of him next time they take it inside, too. I mean, that's what really good defenders do. They make you think about their presence.
Out of bounds, Cleveland takes possession. And here are the Cavaliers now. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Dellavedova kicks to Shumpert. Smith the pass to Shumpert. Back to Smith. And Durant sends it back. And now the fast break. Westbrook with the ball.
Great hustle to turn the block shot into a fast break hoop. That's a big-time play.
The Cavaliers shooting at 50% in a decent groove. Dellavedova from outside. That drops. And the Cavaliers lead by 3.
Really in a good position thanks to the accuracy from beyond.
Yeah, you got that right. I mean, you got it real right. They are lighting it up from beyond the arc this half.
Westbrook dishes to Adams. Back to Westbrook. And again, it's Oklahoma City.
Big time bucket there, and you can expect to see him stay very involved the rest of the way.
Stolen by Westbrook. Pass to Adams, and so the ball's out of bounds. Shumpert touched it last.
Yeah, that's a super defensive play. If that gets through, no doubt they score.
And that's why he sold out for it, because he knew he had to make that play. He wasn't going to let them get the advantage.
Offensive rebound, and Ibaka kicks to Durant. Again, Durant missing. For Cleveland, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. Fourth quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. He kicks it to Robertson. It's stolen by Iman Shumpert. 2-on-1 as they jump out on the break. Out of bounds. Oklahoma City takes possession.
I tell you what, that's just a major unforced error right there, guys. My goodness.
Oklahoma City's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Westbrook up top. They get a hand on it. Here's Smith. And that one is hammered home.
How about the sharp steal and then run out? It looks like they're ready to put the hammer down.
We've been waiting for one of these teams, Greg, to pull away. Maybe that'll be a springboard for them.
Could be. A dunk like that coming off a great defensive play has to build some momentum.
And the highlight reel replay brought to you by Kia. Good stuff on that Kia Slam Cam.
It's been about tempo and pace with this group, and it's led to a huge advantage in fast break points.
Craig, it's really the main reason they're in front. All that early offense. I mean, when they've had the chance to push it, they've pushed it.
And it's Durant missing.
He's been wayward and just off on about everything he's put up in this period.
To the inside. Dents the rim with a two-handed slam. Wow.
Yeah, how about the sharp steal and then run out? It looks like they're ready to put the hammer down.
Well, we've been waiting for one of these teams, Greg, to pull away. Maybe that'll be a springboard for them.
Could be. A dunk like that coming off a great defensive play has to build some momentum.
Timeout called, Cleveland. Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
Well, over the break, I listened in on David Blatt's huddle. He told them the game is right there for the taking, fellas, but we've got to be first. First to loose balls, first to the rim. We have to give our all right here. Kevin, now's the time.
Looking at who's out there now for the Cavaliers. LeBron comes in for Richard Jefferson. And Irving subbed in for Matthew Dellavedova. Waiters. And he gets the kind bounce as that one drops in for him. Now just a one-point Cavalier lead. On the wing, Shumpert. And a strong finish with two hands.
How about that fantastic finish and the aggressive move, too, Kevin?
Trying to send a message, Clyde, with that slam, I think.
And I'm not sure if it was text or email, but he definitely threw that one down.
Augustine, that's good.
Unbelievable basket. I mean, giving up a lot of height there, but he was not to be denied.
Not when the game's hanging in the balance. That makes it a little different. He was going to get to the rim no matter who was standing in the way on that one.
And whatever intensity was lacking there in the first half, you're seeing it on display here now.
Ditto that. I mean, things have really been turned up.
Oklahoma City moving the ball around. For Cleveland, they've gone 5 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the fourth. Strong work at that end of the floor. Here's Shumpert. Money!
Didn't have a single point in the first half. Bagel. 0 points. Nada. He's starting to get into the groove here in the second.
Singler for 3. And so they choose to intentionally foul. 36 seconds left in the fourth quarter, and he commits the intentional foul.
Their biggest problem is dealing with Shumpert. 12 points and 2 steals as well. He's giving them just what they would have hoped for today.
Even more, I'd say.
That's good, going 1 of 2 from the line, and that increases their lead to 6.
Well, it's urgent time right now. This is when they got to come up big.
Yeah, you got to get points here. I mean, there's no way you can get around it. You've got to be able to get baskets here in a short period of time.
Durant, no good. Here's Roberson, outside for Durant. Sinks it. What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3.
Really just a tremendous day for him. And if you remember, he was just as good in their last game. He had to foul, and on that occasion to stop the clock. That's the enemy in this situation.
And you know what, Greg? Who knows? A few misses at the stripe, and they're right there within range. You know, late-game free throws are a lot different than early-game free throws in terms of making. No mistakes there. I think you can close the book on this one, guys. It's done.
Releases. And the defense really pressing up on him. Made that a tough shot. Thompson. No good there. So we see the Cavaliers get the win here. They didn't make it easy on themselves or their fans. But Clark, in the end, everyone's satisfied.
Yeah, you know, it looked like for a moment there the outcome was in doubt. But give them a lot of credit for hanging tough, persevering, and finishing strong.
And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Yes, I'm here with Kevin Love. And Kevin, a very big effort to come away with this game. What does it mean to the resiliency of this team to pull out a win like this?
We're just giving ourselves a chance to win. So, we're really just grinding it out as much as we possibly can, and we're getting better every day. So, we're happy we got this win. I got to give it all to my teammates and my coaches.
Hard work pays off, Kevin. Great job. Guys, back to you.
Doris, thank you as always. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Clark, Greg, and Doris, and the rest of our terrific crew,
the 2K Sports postgame show.
Hey y'all, Ernie Johnson here along with Kenny Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Welcome back for the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, J.R. Smith. What'd you think, Kenny?
He shot over 50% from the field in the game, a testament to how hard he worked to always find the best look possible. He was in constant motion. He found those gaps in the D and made the most of his open looks.
And that'll do it for tonight. For Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, Kevin Harlan, and our illustrious 2K Sports crew, this is Ernie Johnson. Have a good night, everybody.